Yes, so once in a while we love to know how you're doing, how your day went. If you're stressed, we want to be empathetic and just help you relax before the class. Our classes are usually very engaging, highly engaging. So if you are someone who usually gets very shy from speaking in the public, yes, from this point you get to learn how to come out of your shell. I know this is an online training, even though most of your cameras are turned off for reasons, for some reasons, because of a light issue and all. The when it comes to presentation, when you get to the point of presenting your work at the end of each course, you begin to feel much more relaxed and comfortable speaking in a class like this. Yeah, and sometimes you might find yourself in a more larger group or larger conference call where you would have more than 50 people. We also need you to have that confidence and the confidence to speak. That's why we're doing this. So it's an intentional act. Now that we've gone through that, I think it's a very good time for us to start off with our class. This is our very first class, and welcome to class. I'm happy to take this course, Introduction to Data Analytics. From the next course, maybe you won't see my face again until maybe the third or the fourth course. So, my name is Nnamdi A. Isichei. The A stands for Augustus. In case you do not know my full name before, now you have the opportunity to know my full name. And I'll be taking you through this course, Introduction to Data Analytics, like I said earlier. All the materials that we've released in the classroom that you must have gone through, some of you had been able to go through some of them. This is where we will discuss. So we operate what is known as flipped lesson here at Datafied Academy. And what it simply means is that the students have an opportunity to have access to the materials before the actual class hold. So, and in that kind of settings, it is not the tutor or the teacher talking throughout. The students also engage based on the information they have before time. They are able to contribute to the lesson. So, which is why we always encourage everybody to go through the materials before the actual class starts. So in this class, I'll be calling your names to ask questions as we move on to different sections of the lesson. So let me go on by looking through the lesson. Let's start by looking at the learning objectives. By the end of this presentation, today's class, you should be able to first describe the basics of data analytics, including types, benefits, and the step-by-step process of extracting useful insights from data. Then my second objective is that you should be able to recognize the different data sources, data types, tools, and technologies used in data analytics. Also, you should acknowledge the significance of data privacy and security in data analytics, along with uh, key key regulations. And finally, you should be able to understand the different career paths in data analytics and identify the emerging trends and technologies in the industry. If you understand these four objectives that I highlighted for this lesson and you heard me clearly throughout the points I was introducing or highlighting these objectives, give me thumbs up. From time to time, we'll be requesting for your reactions. This is just to be sure that you can see hear us and you are not away from your device. Awesome. Thank you for the reactions, everybody. Now let's get started. Like I said, on Monday we released a set of materials that explained these different objectives that I've highlighted that we'll be discussing. And part of the material explains what data analytics is. Maybe before now, Hello, am I back? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, sir.
We
Yes,
can
sir. We
hear
can
you.
hear you, sir.
All right, thank you.
We can hear you, sir.
Maybe before now you've heard about data analytics, but you do not really know what it is in theoretical terms. I'm not talking about practicality. For with the materials that we've released for the week, you should have gained more theoretical knowledge of what data analytics is all about. So at this point, I'll call just two persons to ask them to define data analytics in their own words. Don't read back to me what you have on the LMS. This is where we want to begin to test comprehension, how much you understood what you have studied. So, and this is to tell you that when you're going through the materials, don't go through the materials just to fulfill all righteousness. Go through the materials with the mindset that you want to have 100% understanding of what you've studied. So I would like to start off with Mary since she was not able to tell us how her day went. Let's hear from her. Mary, according to your own understanding, if you had to explain to a 5-year-old child what data analytics is about, based on what you've studied, what you've read, excuse me, on the LMS, what will be your response? What is data analytics? Mary, your own understanding in your own words.
Everybody.
Hi, good evening to you.
Good evening.
Mm. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Go on, please.
Okay, based on my own understanding, I can say data analytics just involve a process of deriving data from past events, from opinions like customers' opinions, from a particular situation that is happening, deriving data from all those things and then bringing it together to create a solution or give an insight about the whole situation. That's like the simplest way I can explain it.
Beautiful. Can we give Mary a round of applause? That was a brilliant response you have there. A very brilliant response. Well done to you, Mary. The next person I would like to hear from is Che Mary. Che Mary, let's hear from you. What is data analytics in your own words? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir, for this question. First of all, in my own understanding, I would say that data analytics is the process of collecting raw data, which in which the data are being extracted to get insight, and this insight now is being used to make to drive businesses to make smarter business decisions in our society.
Awesome. Let's give Che Mary a round of applause also. That was another powerful definition of data analytics in their understanding. Great. Thank you very much for speaking, Chimiri and Mary. Yes, I have a very summarized short definition I have captured here. I said data analytics examines and interprets large or huge databases to detect patterns, draw conclusions, and make informed decisions. If you listen to Mary's and Mary's definition of data analytics, this what is said is being captured here in this summarized form, right? It is a process of you getting using some tools to extract data. And now we are not only concerned about small data, but we are concerned about large or huge data sets that can be extracted from different types of databases. And what is the essence of doing that? The main goal of a data analyst is to be able to help people make informed decision. I'll give a very simple analogy, very simple one. I want to assume that everybody on this call have one time or the other visited the market or at least a shopping mall to buy things. True or false? If that is true, give me thumbs up. If you've never ever visited the market in your life or shopping mall, give me thumbs down. Nobody. Okay. So everybody, TJ, if I catch you, if I catch you, TJ, I am sure that you went to buy something today, TJ. So everybody on this call must have one at one point or the other gone to the market or the shopping mall. Okay, let me ask the ladies now because I think there are people who are very fond of going to the market to buy things, either for to cook or not. Have you ever found yourself? Please go to the chat box, everybody, and answer this question. Have you ever been in that point or at that point where you were going to the market and you needed a list of things to buy? If yes, go to the market, go to the chat box and type yes. Have you ever seen yourself making list of items to buy before? Yes. Okay. Chiri said yes. Gupemi said yes. Mary said yes. Precious said yes. Yes. And for me too, yes. Let me now ask another question. I know most of us on the call we are young, but for those older people like me on the call, so people who have been going to the market, like okay, Jesse Johnson said he went to the market yesterday. So people that are as old as me now that used to go to the market, let's say 10 years back or 15 years back, 20 years ago. I want to say something now. I remember some 15 years, 20 years back when I go to the market, the list I used to go to the market today can still be valid for next week if I'm buying the same list of items. The amount I bought rice, beans, and I can use that list, go to the market next week, and that amount will still be the same. Who on this call had gone to 20 years ago or 15 years back, has started going to the market? Anybody on this call? Is anybody as old as me on this call? If you're as old as me on this call, let me see thumbs up. You started going to the market like 20 years ago. Oh, Aki, I have some people here. Okay, Jesse Ducey, well done. So I hope you agree with me that 15, 20 years back, the list you take to the market today can still be valid next week. True or false? If you agree with me, give me thumbs up. True or false? True, right? Good. But today, now, the list you take to the market today, if you take it tomorrow, what happens? The prices have gone up. True or false? Am I correct? Is that correct? Good. Now, but no matter how much or no matter the difference in the price, I think if you have a list that you're using for that you used to go to the market today, that list can still guide you in what you can get some items tomorrow, even if the prices have changed. But that list can still be a guide. So this I'm telling you now is something that happens practically, even with me, even till now. If I go to the market this month, like for me, I'm a family person. I love to buy things in bulk at the end of the month. Once I get some amount of money, huge pay at the end of the month, I want to go to the market and stock the house with food stuff. And the next month, and I do the same thing. So within the month, I can just be buying some small items, right? If you are someone that does that, you will notice that if you want to go to the market the next month, the list you use in going to the market the previous month will be very helpful if you still have it, right? So you see that everybody is actually practicing data analytics in one way or the other. Now that thing, that list you have written, that is data in case you don't know. That thing you wrote, rice, one module. How much I say one module? 4,000 for instance. Beans, one module, let's say 3,500 or 1,500 times 3. You are buying 3 modules. Garri, so module. That thing you are writing in paper, that is data. So we are all practicing data. Now, if you have, like what Mary said in her definition, if you have that historic data for the previous month, for last month, I want to go to market this month. If you can pick up that list and go through it, just analyze what you got and look at the prices, if you're able to get it in a structured way, it will help you to make informed decision as to how much you have to budget for market this month. That is data. So I just gave you data, how you apply data analytics in in the slightest or the simplest way. But coming to learn to become a data analyst in an organization like DataFied, it means that you want to begin to deal with large data sets, not just that list of items you have written. You want to be able to go into a company like ShopRite, for instance. So imagine that a ShopRite branch hired you as a data analyst. Imagine the volume of sales they make on a daily basis. One of the role that you are going to be performing in ShopRite as a data analyst is to help the store to decide on which item they should restock based on the availability of the quantity of that item. So there will be a lot of analysis you'll be doing. And for you to succeed in that job, you cannot manually count those items. So you have to put some structure in place. You have to put some structure that can help you automate those processes so that when items are going out of stock, you know how to advise the store to restock quickly. You should also be able to advise the store to restock items that are perishable, not to have so much of them, because if they purchase that item, they will perish. So for you to know how to inform or how to advise them, you need the knowledge of data analytics. And data analytics is just beyond collecting data. It's also a process of using tools. And that's why you have come to DataFi to learn how to use tools like what? Google Sheets. Tools like what? Power BI. Tools like what? SQL. Tools like what? Python. There are a whole lot of other tools that you're going to learn to use to help businesses make informed decision by processing large amount of data sets. And there are some science, or there's a science behind this thing, and that's why you're here to learn. So I hope with all of these examples I have given and my definition of data analytics, you now understand what data analytics is. So it's the process of using tools and data to perform what is known as some analysis to help businesses and individuals draw conclusions and make informed decision. Now, in my definition, just what I said just now, if you paid attention, you will listen, you will know that you notice that I mentioned data analysis and data analytics. What do you think is the difference? Do you think they are the same thing? What's the difference between data analytics and data analysis? Does anyone wants to try? I'll give an assignment as an assignment at the end of this class. I want everybody to drop in the chat box, in the chat WhatsApp group, the difference between data analytics and data analysis. That's the assignment for today. What is the difference between data analytics and data analysis? So the answers should be posted. Answers should be posted in the group at the end of the class. So I just dropped it in the chat box. I need everybody to pay attention. I mean, to answer this question. So just be pondering about it. When we finish the class, I'll give you guys just say 2-3 minutes to drop your answers in the chat box. So here is, I'm also dropping it in WhatsApp group so that nobody will say that the question got missing from the chat when they left. All right, so that's it. Great. Yeah. Next, let's move next. So what are the types of data analytics? Now we've concluded what, I mean, we've been able to explain what data analytics is all about. Now let's mention the types of data analytics. I'll be calling other people now. Akin, just tell me one type. We mentioned some types of data analytics in the classroom. Akin, please tell us one type, just one type of data analytics.
We have descriptive analysis.
Descriptive. Thank you very much, Akin. Chinyere, tell us one
Can you hear
type.
me?
Yes, Akin, I heard you. Thank you very much. So Akin said descriptive analytics. Chinyere, tell us one type of
Hello.
analytics. Yeah,
Okay.
Akin, I can hear you.
You have predictive analytics.
Okay, so Chinyere said,
Hello, can you hear me?
yeah, Akin, I can hear you. Yeah, Akin's network. Chinyere, come again.
It's my network.
Yeah, I see. Chinyere, come
I
again.
said you have the predictive analytics.
Predictive analytics. Thank you, Chinyere. So, predictive analytics. Awesome. Analytics. Who else? Let me see the next person I would like to call on. Yes, class governor, good baby. Tell us one type of analytics that we mentioned in the class.
Real-time data analytics.
Real-time data analytics. Are you sure, good baby? Is this part of the analytics we mentioned?
Yes, I'm sure.
Class governor. Jesse Dunson, do you agree with class governor?
Yes, I agree with class governor.
He agrees with class governor. Mary, do you agree? Do you agree with both of them? Amongst the four types of data analytics we mentioned, is real-time data analytics part of it? Mary? Miracle said no.
It's not for
Obiageli, is it part of the types of data analytics we mentioned in the classroom? So miracle, if no, what is the third type? Miracle, can you speak?
Am I on mute?
Yes, we can hear you, Miracle. Go ahead.
Okay. I don't. They have mentioned descriptive, and they have mentioned this thing diagnostic. Then we have predictive.
No, they
To
mentioned
predict the future, that and we have prescriptive, like what to predict this thing. Then we have four.
we have four of them.
Descriptive, diagnostic.
Okay,
Yes.
diagnostic.
Yes. We
So
have predictive. We have first is descriptive to describe what's happening in the data. Then diagnostic to know why does something happen.
diagnostic. Why is my diagnostic spelling wrong? Is it that I cannot spell diagnostic again? Okay, so I spelled it correctly.
Then
And
we have descriptive and prescriptive.
prescriptive.
Prescriptive should be the last. Yes, because it's
Yes,
mentioned in form of hierarchy. Like first is descriptive, like to describe the data. Second is
prescriptive.
diagnostic, to know why something, like to diagnose, to know why this thing is happening.
Thank you
Then to
very much,
predict.
Miracle. Thank you very. Let's give Miracle a round of applause. Everybody, a round of applause. Good baby. The one you mentioned is
Sir?
not type of the data analytics that we captured in the classroom. There are four that was mentioned. Just like what Miracle is saying, in this particular hierarchy: descriptive, followed by diagnostic, followed by predictive, followed by prescriptive. Those are the four.
Sorry, let me drop in something. I don't really understand. You said types of data analytics, right?
Yes.
On the module, you stated that we have, I think, 6 or 5.
You added there's real-time data analytics and augmented data
Yes,
analytics.
that's what I read, and I jotted it down. So that's why I said it.
Okay. No problem. We are going to clarify that on the
Yes.
call. That's why we're having this live session, and it's good that we are discussing it here. So
I just want to say something. Do we only have 4 types of data analytics?
yes, there are
It
four
means
types of
it's a
data
mistake from your end
analytics.
then.
No, it's not a mistake. There is real-time data analysis. Was it analytics that was mentioned or analysis?
Yes, analytic.
Okay,
Not analysis.
okay, no problem. I'm going to clarify it now. You understand what we mean by
Yes.
real-time very soon. There are four broad types of data analytics, and those four broad types are: one, descriptive analytics. So both in descriptive, predictive, prescriptive, diagnostic. You can have real-time analysis. So for descriptive analytics, it is when it involves analyzing large data sets to uncover trends, patterns, and insights from past occurrences. It presents complex data visualization using tools like interactive dashboards, real-time charts, and dynamic graphs for rapid comprehension and informed decision making. Data analytics is, in fact, data analysts in general, they know everybody as data analysts, whether you are a data analyst or people consider as data analysts or data scientist or whatever analyst you are doing, they consider everybody as data analysts in general. But in terms of types of analytics that you perform as a data analyst, the people that they consider as data analysts, most times what they do is more of descriptive analytics and sometimes diagnostic analytics. Those two. So they classify people they call data analysts. They do more of descriptive and diagnostic. But the people they refer to as data scientists, they are those ones that do more of predictive and prescriptive. We're going to talk more about that. But I want us to first start get those 2 points. So when you say that you're a data analyst in this part of the world, people see you as someone who does more of descriptive. And what does it mean to do descriptive analytics? It simply means that you are able to extract historic data and then try to organize the data in a more presentable format that is able to extract insights from what has happened before. And you are also able to give some recommendations based on what has happened to say, okay, given what has happened before, if you do XYZ, this is the result you will get. Using more of visualizations, dashboards, and so on, and graphs. So that is what you do for descriptive analytics. A perfect example is one of the projects that I gave our former interns to work on, and you guys will also work on that project. I told them to extract their financial statements from their banks. So imagine you are able to get your bank statements for the period of say 5 months, or I mean 5 years from now. Then you get the data sets, you perform what is known as cleaning, you're able to do analysis and create different visualizations. One of the questions that you might hope to get answered from that analysis is like, and the question will be, how what is actually taking most of my money? That is, what do I spend my money on the most? If you're able to analyze that data well, you will see a trend of how much or what the item or the category of things that take more of your money. You will know if you spend more of your money on food, or you spend most of your money, part of your money on data consumption, or on transportation, or on shelter, or on clothing, or on travel, or traveling. You will see that from your data. Right now, you can only speculate. Right now, no matter what you tell me, even though you won't say, you know yourself, you eat too much, you can only speculate. You might just be imagining that, okay, you might just be assuming that it is food that is taking more of it until you do the analysis. So if you can collect your bank statement and analyze it and create charts, you will now see, oh, I thought it was I eat because I eat so much. I thought it's food that takes most of my money, but it's actually not food. It's bet Ninja because you are playing bet too much and you are losing. You understand? So your data analysis will not tell you, oh, it is bet Ninja. Oh yeah, I talk to yourself and give yourself brain. Stop playing too sure. Or what this you call this again? Is it too sure or one sure? What is all this terminology? So that is what descriptive analytics is all about. Being able to get historic data and just like pieces it to see what is going on, especially with charts and dashboard. Now, when we talk about diagnostic, so in descriptive analytics, you are going to be performing some diagnostic, just like doctors diagnose what is wrong with the patient. Diagnostic analytics or analysis goes beyond just describing events, but it aims to understand the reason behind patterns. Do you understand? Let's say you have analyzed your financial statement and you saw one particular spike in a particular month. In one month, you saw that the money went like it went up. Like it shot. It was like it shoot up compared to other months. And then you start asking, so why? What happened this month? Why did I spend this much amount of money? Now that why that you ask is speaks to diagnostic, and then you begin to dig deep to do okay, what happened? Then you go into that month of that data and begin to know what happened in that month. They say, oh, it's like I paid house rent this month. Oh, that was what happened. So once you're able to answer the why after doing your descriptive analytics, that is what diagnostic analytics is all about. So it investigates the causal relationships and identifies the contributing factors to what happened. So if you are trying to answer the question what, then you are doing what? Descriptive. If you are trying to answer the question why, then you are doing what? Diagnostic. Guys, do you understand me? So the same data you have, the same historic data is what you're going to begin to use to answer the question why when you do kind of dive deeper into your data. And then we have what is known as predictive analytics. This is when you have now gone beyond just describing events. You have gone beyond asking why, but you want to know what will happen in the future. So this type of analytics involves using data, using statistical algorithms. So you need to be grounded in statistics. Using machine learning techniques, you need to know programming, you need to know Python programming language to identify not only Python, you can also use R, you can also use Java, but the most popular tools for machine learning is Python and R. Now, to identify the likelihood of future outcomes based on historical data, it enables organizations to make informed decisions based on predicting, modeling, and forecasting. So you as a data analyst that had gone into predictive analytics, like I said, they call those people data scientists. What you'll be doing for your organization is to collect historic data, train using statistical and machine learning algorithms to train a machine learning model to be able to tell the company or the organization what will happen in the near future. For instance, I can collect the sales data of my company, run some analysis considering some factors around. I can tell my organization that if we keeping XYZ constant, if we are able to invest the amount of money we've invested in XYZ areas, we should make 3.5 billion naira in the next 5 years. And I will just say that off my head, off the top of my head. I will say that by using machine learning algorithms and machine learning techniques and statistical algorithm to train on data. So the data you give to it, the machine will learn from that data and study a pattern that has been happening from the past. Then to use that pattern to judge what will happen in the future. So it's going to give you an approximated kind of prediction of the future. So if you are able to do that as a data analyst, you are doing what is known as predictive analytics. Just like this person trying to predict what's happening in the future. That is what predictive analytics is all about. Guys, are you still following? If you understand what I'm saying, can you just give me thumbs up? If what I'm saying makes sense, give me thumbs up, please. Wow, it's like I'm the only one on this call today. Hello? Can you guys hear me at all? Hey, people have slept on this call. Dunsin, Gubemi, Precious, are you guys there? Okay, Dunsin has woken up from his sleep. Welcome back. Mary, are you there? Obiageli, are you still awake? Obiageli have slept off because of her exam. Kai, sorry you. Obiageli, are you there? Gubemi, what is happening in this class today? Or is it my network? Hello? Like, so I've been talking to myself all the while. Hey, this is serious than I think. Let me stop sharing my screen for a moment. Hello. Wow.
I hear.
So actually, I'm going mostly with you. Just that it's breaking a bit. Yes, it's breaking a bit,
We
but
can
we
hear
can hear
you. We
you.
can hear you.
I hear you, sir.
Okay, so I see that there was some lags from my side because I have asked that question long time ago. I was waiting for reactions, but I didn't get reaction. So that's why I just had to pause. So it's like it's lagging. When I say something, it takes a while before you guys hear me. I see that is what is happening. But if you can hear me as I speak now, can you give me a reaction, please? All right. All right. Great. So I was trying to get feedback based on what I've explained. I hope you guys understand everything. You guys we explained
Yes,
descriptive.
yes. I
Aha,
understand.
beautiful. Awesome. Let me get back to my screen. Let me share my screen again. My network is not so great today. Guess I have to put off my camera. Mm-mm. What's going on here? Sorry guys, I'm trying to put up my screen. Google Meet doesn't want me to share my screen. So my screen is trying to come up. Oh wow. Wow. I've been kicked out of the meeting. Alright guys, I'm back. So let's talk about the last type of analytics. This is prescriptive analytics. Now what we do here is we now after you're able to do your predictive, you've been able to predict what's going to happen in the future. For prescriptive analytics, it is the type of analytics that involves using data, statistical algorithms, as well as machine learning techniques to identify the best course of action, right, to take in a given situation. So you don't want to advise the organization, sorry, you don't want to be able to predict what is going to happen to the organization in the coming year, but you want to be able to tell them, okay, oh, this is what will happen. But for you to be able to arrive at this particular revenue in 5 years' time, these and these and these are the steps to be taken. And those steps you are going to give to them will be steps that when they take, they will get almost 98 or 99% of the results you have predicted that they will get. So for you to be able to do this, you need to learn the skills of becoming, of doing prescriptive analytics. And then they will say, this guy is a prophet. But they don't know that they are only using data and some analytics processes to do all of those things. So these are the four types of data analytics. The other one that we mentioned, that you say real-time analytics and all, those ones are still part of sub types of analytics because I can do real-time. So real-time simply means that as your data is being collected, it is going through a data pipeline, entering a particular tool and running through some processes you have put in place for data cleaning, and then result is coming out. That is what we mean by real time. A typical example is what usually happen during election. If and only if the election process is being run or handled seamlessly the way it should be running, everything will be happening live and there will be pure transparency Nobody will cheat anybody. Another thing also, another example is your your smart devices, like your smart wristwatch, your smart homes. So using the technology known as IoT, Internet of Things, right? Data analytics is running steady, is running on the goal when you are working with something that's about Internet of Things. Internet of Things. Am I communicating? If you can hear me, give me thumbs up. My network. Oh, what's wrong with this network now? This network is really frustrating me today. All right, guys. I'm so sorry. My network has been sorry about my network. It's been up and down. I'm sorry about that. It's going again. All right, guys. I'm back. Sorry about that again. Let's move on to why data analytics is important. So why is data analytics important? I like to get one reason from everybody. One reason from everybody. Everybody should have a reason to give. I'll call you according to the way your name is arranged on my screen. First of all, I'd like to hear from Akin. Just give me one reason why you think data analytics is important, Akin. Akin, are you there? Hello? Yeah, Akin, I'm back. I'm sorry, I didn't get you. My network has been very bad. I don't know why.
Yes, I am here.
Okay, so please say it again. I guess you said something when I went off.
I said it's my network. My
Oh,
network is fluctuating, so that's the reason why.
okay. Yeah, so I said you should give us one reason why data analytics is important.
Yeah, it is important because it helps to know the recent trend in town and how to go about it. So, and it helps to know the customer's needs and demands.
Wow, thank you very much.
That's
Awesome. That is okay. Thank you very much. Let's give Akin a round of applause. Thank you very much for that. Next person on my screen is Chinyere. One reason why you think data analytics is important.
Data analytics is important because it enables an organization to make the right decisions as regards the business growth.
Awesome. Thank you very much. A round of applause. That is on point. Teresa, please. Why do you think data
And
analytics is important? Yeah, I can hear you, Chinyere. Thank you very much. Teresa, why do you think data analytics is important? Hi, Teresa.
Okay. For me, data analytics is important because it's actually the key for an organization or a company to be able to discover what their problem is and how they can tackle the problem, and also how they can actually prevent that problem in the future from occurring. So it gives them room for improvement and better way of operation, which gives them an edge over their competitors and also a good standing point in the market and the
Wow,
industry.
wow, wow. Very much on point. Very, very much on point. Thank you very much. Gubemi, why do you think data analytics is important? Thank you. Hi, Gubemi, can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir.
Okay, so go ahead, please.
So one importance of data analytics is that it helps the organization to identify risks and also predict future events that will happen in the organization to be aware of what to do in the future.
Awesome, 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 awesome.
Hey, I mean,
Yes, I can hear you. I am really proud of everyone that's answered
can you
because
hear me?
yeah, I'm speaking. I can hear you,
Okay.
Gubemi. Network is very terrible this evening. Sorry about that. So I'm super proud of everything you guys have said. It means that everybody has been, very serious going through the materials. Yes, Jesus, don't sin. Don't sin. Please, can you tell us one reason why you think data analytics is important? Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's important because it helps to increase the standard of living. It's this saying that uh, uh, where humanity was able to move forward is where they understood uh, the seasons, and that's exactly how it helps you to be able to plan ahead and to be able to now know, okay, because this season is coming, this is what to do, this thing, and it keeps going and coming.
That is absolutely correct. Well done to you, sir. Thank you very much for that brilliant answer. Yes, Mary, let's hear from you. I hope your network will allow you to speak now. Why is data analytics important?
Okay, I feel data analytics is important because with data analytics, you can avoid a problem.
Hmm.
And secondly, with data analytics, you cannot, like when there's a problem, you can recognize it. And not just recognizing it, you can also recognize the reasons for that problem, the causes. And then you can also find solutions to the problems and avoid it from happening again.
Awesome. Brilliant answer. Brilliant answer. That's super, super, super interesting. Yes, well done. Thank you very much. Yeah, Miracle. Why do you think data analytics is important? Hi, Miracle. Are you there? Can you hear us? Hello? Wow, I don't think Miracle's network is able to hear us. Let's go to Obiageli. Hi, Obiageli. Why do you think data analytics is important?
Okay, data analytics helps with the overall performance of the company. So, like others have said, from data analytics, you are able to like identify your problems, you're able to get solutions. It also helps with budgeting. I was going to come to that said budgeting helps you keep track of, let's say, your employees, you have their details because of data analysis. It just helps with the overall growth and performance of organizations.
Thank you very much. Well done. Well said. Precious, why do you think data analytics is important?
Yes, sir. I think data analysis is important because it helps you to make smarter choices. Like it helps you to avoid mistakes and save time or money. It helps you to plan for the future. It helps you to know why some things are happening. So that's what
Wonderful, wonderful. Well done. That is very correct. And Mary, I saw your hand went up. I'll come back to you, but let's go to Chimere. Chimere, why do you think data analytics is important?
Analytics is important because it helps business organization to a identify a problem and also to boost the business growth.
Hello, hello. Well said.
Yeah, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear you, Chimere.
Hello, I just finished.
Yeah, well
Yeah,
done. Well
yeah, I
done.
just finished.
Yeah, I heard you even though I didn't hear you clearly because network. Well done. Well said. Thank you everybody for contributing and answering my question. It means that you guys have all gone through the materials very well, and I'm super excited to hear about your responses. Yeah, I've captured a few reasons. We've covered everything. In fact, even if we just move on to the next section, what you guys have said, it makes sense. I think I yes. Mary, let me hear your question.
No, I just wanted to like add something.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I also feel like data analysis helps you to be more organized with whatever business you are doing. When you like involve data analytics, you already know how to tackle problems. You can already see the problem coming, and everything is just organized and in place, in order.
Yeah, very correct. Thank you very much. That is very correct. So, like I said, you've all answered this question, right? And everything you guys said makes sense. This means that you all understand the reason why data analytics is important, and that can also be tied to the reason why you're learning it. And I hope that we don't forget these reasons as we continue in this training, right? Because it will help you to be your motivation to want to see to the end of the training. Okay. Yeah, let's just wrap up this section and then we'll call it a day. So I have a few points I've captured here. It helps you make improved decision, which somebody mentioned. It helps you better understand your customer, have better customer insight. It also helps to increase efficiency and productivity. All these points I've mentioned, everybody, you guys, one or two persons had mentioned it already. There are several other reasons which I'll just not mention. But I just want to talk about the various organizations that use data analytics in real world examples. There are a whole lot of them. I'll just mention a few of them and then we take some questions and then call it a day. In fact, almost every organization you see around these days, they use data analytics. The first example is Datafy Technology. We use data analytics to make our informed decisions. We use data analytics for our day-to-day process. We use data analytics to know who is doing better or who is doing well in the class and who is struggling. From by the time we start seeing your submissions now for your assignments, we begin to analyze the data. Yeah, you begin to see charts on the so that is the most basic way to analyze to use data. There are other organizations, big companies like Amazon, like Netflix, they use data analytics to recommend movies that you want to see, the next movie to see. LinkedIn use data analytics to recommend different jobs openings for different people, and that is why we are strongly recommending you guys to always make a post, have a LinkedIn profile account, and start to make posts of what you have. So what LinkedIn does is that once LinkedIn understands your person based on what you post and what you comment on, they will push your whenever they see any recruiter who is looking for a data analyst role, you will be taken to them as recommendation for that role. But if you don't make posts and if you are not engaging on LinkedIn, you might not have that opportunity or that privilege. So LinkedIn uses data analytics for that. Then companies like Facebook, Google, and so on, they all use data analytics to make their informed decision. Yes, so we are going to wrap up on this point on data analytics process. We'll continue from here tomorrow. I want us to wrap up, stop here today, but I would like to take questions if there are any before we call it a day. Well, but I want to say that today's class has been very, very interactive, very, very engaging, and super interesting. So, thank you everybody for participating. Thank you for joining this class early, and I would like us to continue this way. Please the don't drop the bar at any point. All right. So the more we engage like this in classes, the more interesting the class will be, right? And the only way you can engage and participate in a class like this is when you go through the materials before the actual class happen. All right, thank you very much, guys. Are there questions? Any question from anybody? Any contribution? Any suggestion? Whatever it is that you want to say, we give you guys the room to talk. Um, Let me just quickly make some announcements. Um, Tomorrow we have another class by 7, and then on Saturday we will not have. We'll conclude this class, this introduction to data analytics class tomorrow. But on Saturday, we would like to meet with all the scholars, the 5 scholars on this cohort. The STN group would like to meet with you guys, including DataFide. We will let you know the actual time for the meeting on Saturday. So it's going to be a very brief one. Therefore, there is not going to be class on Saturday. The class will only be today and tomorrow. Then by Monday, we will start off with a new course. New set of materials will be released. But you will hear more information about that towards the end of tomorrow's class. So with that said, I want to say once more, thank you very much everybody for joining today's class, and I wish you all a very wonderful night rest. Do have a nice rest everyone.